Another thing I think is really interesting is that because Tina brings so much of what people think about Tina to the character, she's so smart and she's a writer and she writes books and she's a very sharp, clever woman. What man could really, work with that character? Like all of her fans. I always used to think about that, like, what guy is Tina going to end up with, or what guy would be Tina's boyfriend, or what guy would be Tina's husband on the show? Because like, what man is the equal of Tina? Like, who do we bring on? Like, you know, I couldn't think of anybody. Listen, I have a warm spot in my heart. I loved all of these women for different reasons. Elizabeth Banks, I mean, she's something else, boy. She's such a gorgeous girl, and she's really funny. And Julianne, who I always worshipped as an actress, and when she came on the show, I was so happy. But I gotta say that for Jack, I separate myself. There's nothing to do with me. I'm not saying anything inappropriate here. It's gotta be Selma. I mean, when you're around Selma, I mean, the temperature goes up like 8 degrees. Well, I mean, everybody, it's a good question. Everybody got older. Everybody, I think people who are good actors, and we had all good actors, they try. I mean, if you're given the opportunity where you have the role to play and you're on camera a lot, you deepen the part more and more. You try to find more things that are more interesting. And I think, in the beginning, everybody was, let's put it this way, our show was very similar to a lot of other shows. If you watch other famous sitcoms, some that are far more famous than ours, and I can think of a couple examples of very famous ones, where you watch the first season, and by the third season, the characters are unrecognizable from the first season. So the first season, they're trying things, and they're bouncing things off the wall, and then the next thing you know, even the way they speak, they evolve. And so for us, it was an evolution, I think, like anybody. A lot of shows, it's like potato chips, it's like something very easy. It's very simple. They want sex jokes, and they want, scatological jokes, and they want things to be very simple, and that's what they go for. And our show was a little bit more of a rich food for some people. We never had big ratings as a result of that, even though we had scatological jokes and sex jokes, we just had really smart ones. So I think that that's what I'll miss the most. Really, that's what I'll miss the most, is the writing, really is. I doubt I'll ever encounter that again.